Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, this is the place where we learn, build, and battle together in Pokemon TCG Live. I'm not a pro player, I'm learning the game just like a lot of you, figuring out strategies, testing decks, and sharing what works and what doesn't along the way. It's been about a week since my last video, but I haven't stopped playing. Behind the scenes, I've been learning the game, experimenting with different ideas, and building a deck that's simple but surprisingly effective. Right now, my overall record is 66 wins and 93 losses, but lately things have been turning around. After making some adjustments and figuring out what works best, we're currently on a 3-game win streak. The deck I'm running today is built around Mega Diancie as the main attacker, with Mimikyu acting as a defensive wall against all the EX Pokémon that people love to play. It's straightforward, but when it works really well. So in today's video, we're going to jump into some matches, see if we can keep the win streak alive, and continue improving together. Let's get into it. If you watched my first Pokemon TCG live video, you know I'm still pretty new to the game. My record right now is 66 wins and 93 losses. So yeah, there have definitely been some rough matches along the way, but honestly, that's part of learning the game. What I've been focusing on this week is figuring out what kind of deck actually fits my playstyle. Some decks are really complex with a lot of moving parts, but I noticed I play better when things are simple and consistent. That's where this deck comes in. The main attacker is Mega Diancie. The goal is pretty straightforward. Get Diancie set up and start hitting hard. It's not the flashiest strategy in the world, but when it gets going, it can apply a lot of pressure. But the real trick in this deck is Mimikyu. If you've played Pokemon TCG Live recently, you've probably noticed that a lot of players rely heavily on EX Pokemon. They hit hard, they have big HP, and they're usually the centerpiece of most decks. Mimikyu changes that. Because Mimikyu prevents damage from Pokemon EX, it can basically act like a wall. A lot of players run into it and suddenly realize their main attacker can't do anything. When that happens, some players try to find a way around it, and some players just concede. That's actually how a few of my recent matches have ended. Once the board is set up and they realize their EX attacker can't break through Mimikyu, the options get pretty limited. Now that doesn't mean this deck is perfect. I'm still learning where it struggles and where it shines. Some decks can get around Mimikyu, and some players run attackers that aren't EX at all, but that's part of the fun of learning the game. Every match teaches you something new, whether it's a better strategy, a card you should add, or a mistake you won't make next time. And that's really what this channel is about. I'm not here pretending to be a top competitive player. I'm just someone who enjoys Pokemon, enjoys learning the strategy behind the game, and wants to share the journey as I get better over time. So if you like watching decks being tested, new ideas being tried, and seeing what works and what doesn't in Pokemon TCG Live, you're definitely in the right place. And that's the game. Once my opponent realized there really wasn't anything they could do to break through the setup, they decided to concede. Honestly, that's been happening a lot lately with this deck. Once Mega Diancie gets rolling and Mimikyu shuts down those EX attackers, it can be really tough for opponents to find a way back into the match. I'm still learning and experimenting with different strategies, but this deck has definitely been one of the most consistent builds I've played so far. If you enjoy watching someone grow and figure out Pokemon TCG Live step by step, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more matches, new deck ideas, and everything I learn along the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next battle.